Hey 10th graders, this is Ms. Stapp and I'm creating a video to help you with the assignment for today. Today is A3. We're analyzing a range of existing products that inspire a solution to the problem in detail. The agenda for today is there will be a bell ringer. You will watch this lesson video and go back to notebook instructions in order to fully understand the task for today. Then you will go to Manage Back and click on the Google Doc so that you can open up and make a copy of the tables. At the end of class, you will upload these tables, whatever you finished today, to Manage Back. And I'm setting a goal for you. You should get at least 2 tables done. Some of my other classes got all of it done. Today we are doing research and we're looking for existing products that we can compare and get ideas from for our own product development. And the biggest stumbling block that my classes had yesterday were actually keywording so that they could find the kind of products that we are creating, which is an e-portfolio or a digital resume. You remember that a digital portfolio is kind of an umbrella term for a lot of different kind of portfolios online. And ours is specifically a personal website, resume, e-portfolio of academic achievements. So the more of those terms that you add into your search, the closer you're going to get to finding something that is comparable to what you'd like to create. So again, my students had more luck with that e-portfolio website. You do not want to find just images of these websites. You really want to find the website URLs themselves so you can go in and browse and see what kind of multimedia they have and take an image of their home page and see what kind of information they contain. So if you're just finding companies that show you images and don't really show you the student examples, it's not very helpful to your product analysis. After you find some examples or some exemplars to use, then you're going to have to decide what kind of elements you want to analyze from each of these. And we have Access FM as a guide. Remember, you don't have to use all of the elements, just the ones you think are appropriate in helping you design your own product. You also made a research table, and you might use some of those individual elements that you think are important to the product development. And Ms. Stapp made a list for your A2 consideration of things that you might want to analyze. This is a 9th grade exemplar that I have. And I wanted to show you this because it has a few things that we are also going to be putting into our table. One is an image. Your image will be of the home page, and specifically it should be the top of the home page because that is the first thing that people see when they navigate to this website, and it should contain a navigational toolbar as well as the most important information. Underneath the image, you are going to do a little bit just like this, what we've done for our report, which is MLA citations for images, where you will name it as a figure, and then a caption. You can see below I have in-text citation for website images and how we do that. So I've labeled mine Figure 1, and it's the Sarah Louise Boland welcome page. And I decided on that as a caption because when I plug this into EasyBib, this is all of her citation. It says welcome, has her name, and the URL. And so I use that to create my caption. Now below that, I actually have the product title. I made this up for her. It says Sarah Louise Boland Digital Portfolio. And underneath, I decided this would be the in-text citation would be welcome, but when I was thinking about it, that other portfolios might also have their title page as welcome, and so in order to differentiate this one from other sites, I also went ahead and added the Sarah Louise Boland. All right, so for each of your products, you will have that image. You will have the figure and caption, and below it, you will have the title of the product itself. And below that, you're going to see I have my Access FM elements. You can, again, get rid of all of those that don't apply or help you with your product. You can add others, things that you think are important, and maybe they didn't exactly fit under some of the other categories, or maybe you decided under aesthetics you wanted to break it out between colors and visual hierarchy and some other things. You can do that any way you want, but you cannot eliminate the analysis paragraph or paragraphs. After you detail out this table, and I wanted to show you the exemplar again, please don't write full sentences in your product details. This should be bullets, which is much more useful than a paragraph, especially when you're going back to these products and looking for critical information. So use bullets and phrases to give me the details of aesthetics and whatever else your other categories are. Should make it really quick for you. And then you're going to write your analysis paragraph based on those elements and things that you think are super important and will help you design the best product. So choose 2 elements. That can be a whole category of Access FM, or it can be one thing. So maybe under aesthetics you thought that color scheme was super important and you want to analyze that and use that in your own product. That's fine. But 2 things that you have learned. What I would do if I were you is break this out into 2 paragraphs, and I would do one element, talk about the advantage, talk about the weakness, conclusion of why it's being used in the product like this, and how I will implement it would be one. Then I'd go on to the second element. You can do that either way you like. But I do have an exemplar. Sorry, my kid was talking to me. I do have an exemplar paragraph at the bottom there, and that is just one element. Again, you'll need to have 2. After you're done, you will write that introduction paragraph. You'll state how you determined what products to use or how you decided why those products are relevant, summarize how you chose them, using what elements, Access FM or whatever, and briefly summarize how you selected those 2 components to analyze in your paragraph at the end. So people are getting hung up. In the end, you should only spend about 25 minutes on each product. That should give you enough time to do it in this class. Sometimes it takes a little while to figure out the keywording, but after you find 3 products, stop shopping. Don't keep looking and looking and looking. That is fun and it is shopping, but you want to get this done. So choose 3 products that are reasonable for comparison and to get some ideas from. Make sure that you write the existing product analysis. It should be relatively short. Look at my paragraph, okay? It doesn't have to be 250 words per element. It should be pretty short. Use bullet points in your table. Don't write paragraphs about each element of Access FM or other critical features. And don't get too hung up on finding certain things like the cost. If that isn't helpful to you for designing your own product, you don't need it. You should have at least 5 of those elements, though, that you analyze. And that's it. It's time for you to work and get this done. Turn what you have done in by the end of class so I can give you credit. I'll see you next class.